Welcome again to another First Impressions video. This one's a little different. Normally I like the car to be a bit more put together, but I've been working on trying to see if I could get this thing to run. The valve train actually looks pretty good. I'm getting Marvel's Mystery Oil, acetone, and ATF into the cylinders to try and get the stuck motor to free, as well as hitting it with the old Harbor Freight cheapo air gun. But today's car is a 1958 Edsel. Hood is removed and just set temporarily to the side for the fact that getting the radiator out of one of these things is a royal pain in the behind. The 430 Mercury Edsel Lincoln block, or sorry, 410 in this case, it's 430 in my Continental, has this god-awfully obtrusive pipe. That means you can't just pull the water pump out when, if yours is like mine, the bolts that allow the fan to disconnect are completely stuck on. The sides of the radiator are splitting from rust because the car as a whole has been neglected for quite a few years. But it's an interesting model. It's a Corsair. Corsair 2-door. Interior's decent. Back seat is missing. I put the original tires in there. The spare wheels from my Lincoln are presently on the front. One of the old white wall tires with tube is still holding air. But surface rust, with the only real problematic rot spot being right up here. Windshield is intact. All of the trim is here. Passenger side glass is good, with the exception of the vent window, but that's all plate glass and straight, it doesn't really matter. Rear window is nice and intact. Tail lights have seen better days. I do not have the means to get the trunk open. I just don't feel like crawling through the back seat quite yet, but I will get there. The door panels are not the best, but I've seen worse. For Halloween, I've got a driver. It's just sitting behind the wheel, push button. And curious thing about this car is wherever it's been, it's baked. So every single plastic knob just crumbles and comes apart at the touch. I also have no idea how to get into the glove box. The dash pad has completely worn away. All of the chrome work is pitted, but I love that UFO speedometer. And yeah, again, to give you some idea, this is the state of the buttons and switches. Not the best, but you know, it's a unique example. And personally, I rather like it. I think it's kind of a fun car. Whether or not I'll be able to get it running remains to be seen. But I'm certainly going to try. Nope, that's stuck too. No big deal. Headliner's completely shot. Door closes all right though. There's a little bit of an issue on the driver's side. The hubcaps are off a 67 Ford. Rumor has it the original hubcaps for this car are in the trunk. But since I can't get into the trunk, that's nothing but an unsubstantiated rumor. Louisiana inspection sticker from... I can't quite make out the year. Which gives me some indication of the history of this car. Can't tell if it was ever in a flood or not, but brake components there. See what I mean by the door doesn't quite shut right? Oh, there it goes. Now it's shut perfectly. Of course. Gonna make a liar out of me, huh? Anyway, it's been interesting. It must have been running at some point in the 80s because I pulled this off of it. AC Delco. AC spark plug, 12-volt fuel pump to replace the god-awful mechanical unit that would sit right here. And per the markings on this coil, you can tell it was originally on a Chrysler product. So, we shall see whether or not I can get this Edsel to run. If not, I may put a bigger motor, like a 460, in my 64 Lincoln, throw the motor from that in here, and just kind of drive it as is. But it's a neat example of a one-year-only car, and considered one of the biggest flops ever made. For me, I'm just hoping the thing isn't DOA. That's all for this time, and I'll see you on the next update. As always, these videos are one take, one shot, because I don't have any means of editing, no editing software, and it's all little old me doing everything. So, I'll see you next time.